Right now we are in LAX, the Delta Sky Lounge, getting ready to head to Phoenix to show some of the homes that we did at Woodhouse Academy. So I've been standing here in line. One of our members sent me an email for a deal review for a 278-acre property. It's organic farm in Oregon for $1.2 million. And as I'm looking at it, it is potentially a long hold. I'm looking for funding on this for Atlantic City deal funding, so I'm just going to have to. I'm writing him a nice email back right now saying, you can tie it up because it doesn't have even an option on it yet. So if you can tie it up, at least get an option with this guy. It'd be perfect as our land takes flying now. Here we are, just arrived in Phoenix. I'm really excited to go see these houses. I know there's been some changes, so it's going to be fun to show you what we've got going on. It's going to be a gorgeous day. So I think it was about, I think the high is going to be in the 60s back in LA today, and it's supposed to be 88 today in Phoenix, so it's going to be really fun to warm up, and if I get the car that we reserved, we'll put the top down and have some fun. Amazing to me how fast it goes. I had a, what year was it? Like a 90 Camaro back in the day with two tops. It was a little bit different than my 1990 whatever Camaro. But I did love that car. So here we are, cruising up Scottsdale Road, heading to Paradise Valley. Just gonna kind of drive around a little bit and see what's changed and see what's gone on in the last couple years since I've been here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the really nice areas. You can just see what the property values are like around here. There was a house just back there on a street called Palm that at the tail end of doing renovations was why we don't do the renovations anymore. I spent about 45 days. I moved walls. I made a closet where one didn't exist. I made a beautiful bathroom. Of course I put a chandelier in there because I knew that it needed that. Anyway, it could not have gone more perfectly, but at the end of the day, when Steve and I sat and did the math, how much time it cost me to do that and how much money we made out of the renovation and doing the flip, it wasn't worth it. That's when we really realized there's way more money to be made in just flipping it to somebody else and letting them do all the work. That is it. Wow, they went to town on that thing, man. Oh, that's our same fence though. And look at the guest house. That's a guest house out there. Aww. You have a house like in Palos Verdes like this. You don't have as much separation between you and the house because everybody's fighting for a piece of ocean view. Whereas here in Scottsdale, it doesn't really matter. What you would do is say, hey, I've got a big piece of land and I have a view of Camelback Mountain. That would be what you'd promote. I am so excited to be back here. We are here at one of the houses on Sage Drive here in Scottsdale. This house is built in 1963. It is 2,162 square feet. It's 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. We bought it for $302,000. We sold it in 10 days for $330,000. It has just been listed on the market for $535,000. We did nothing to it. We sold it to a flipper. Her name's Maggie. Wait till you see what she's done to this place. So every now and then you come across what you think is a really, really good deal, but there are some extenuating circumstances that might cause you to pass on the deal. So this is a home behind me. We have an accepted offer for $269,000. It's 1,711 square feet, one story, built in 1963. Sounds great, right? But here's the problem. The woman who's living there has no gas, no air conditioning, no running water, and there's holes in the roof. And communicating with her and trying to get in there to even see it has been very difficult. So for those reasons and you know what's going on in her life, we decided that was one that we wanted to pass on. And one little side note about this house is that it's exactly what we're looking for. We would be solving a problem for her. As you can see, it looks like nothing's happened. She's still there. She's not trying to sell the property. She's happy to get our offer. So maybe we could still work something out. And here we are walking through one of the great parts of Old Town Scottsdale. Head over that way, we have a beautiful park where they have all the art shows and all kinds of fun things going on. Stadiums over that way, great restaurants. We're heading to AZ88 right now to have lunch ourselves. Hey Omar, it's Jill, how are you? I saw a buyer come in on one of our deal funding deals, so I want to ask you the details.
Absolutely. So the total price of the paid for that property was $9,387.
9387 is what we paid, okay.
Correct. And we're going to initially sell it for 3,800.
3,800 is what we're going for, okay.
38,000.
38,000, excuse me. Yeah, that's true.
And we're going to initially take the 38,000 offer, but we have another offer, and we're motivated by our company at the 36,500.
Okay, how big is it?
And it's 23.11 acres.
Okay, and when we initially did the deal funding on that one, what did we put down was our target sales price?
Targeted sales price was 38,000.
Okay, and this guy's so a hot cash offer for 36,500.
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right, that's what I thought. Do you want to go ahead and tell the manager if he likes the guy and he's good and feels great about it and they're cash ready to move? Then yeah, we'll accept it.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Hey, great. This proves every time I leave town or I'm not at work, we make money. So here I am standing in front of what we lovingly call the solar panel house. As you can see on the roof, they're still there. So talking to Maggie and being out here now, I still feel really great about our decision. We had this under contract and we eventually passed on it for two reasons. One, the solar panels, getting those off or removed or buying out the contract was just a big ordeal. And the second reason was, if you look over here, there is a wall. Right along this road is a lot of cars. You can almost just even hear the traffic right now. I've got a plane right there too. But the traffic and the noise and the things, we thought would be too much of a hard sell. But the sad thing is it was a great house. It's built in 1979, 2189 square feet with a pool. So great house, but we passed on it. And again, I am glad that we did. So here I am standing in front of the Mulberry house. Would have been a great deal for us. We lost it because they shopped our offer. So we came in at 322, our offer was accepted. They decided to make a few calls and found another buyer. What's interesting is when I went back to look at it, it didn't actually sell until 9 months later. So I think that offer eventually fell through. The original one, I should say, fell through, and then they found another buyer in the end. But the point of this is, it was kind of like a tire kicker seller. So you got to be ready, act fast when you have those deals. Don't let too much time pass, or they might shop your offer and you might lose the deal. Here I am on North Orange in Mesa. This was a perfect transaction that we completed. This house is fantastic. It was built in 1947. It was a family home. Kids grew up there, everybody moved on, Mom was left. Well, Mom passed on, and then the house sat vacant for close to 10 years before the daughter in charge got our offer. She was so happy just to get cash and be done with it. She sold it to us for $290,000. We did nothing again, quickly turned around and resold it for $335,000. And as usual, there were no realtors on the buy or the sell side. But let me show you some of the great things about this property. It takes up the entire block. So you will see as I walk along, that red car there is my rental car. This home sits on 0.66 acres and it's 3,194 square feet. We were going to subdivide the property before the buyer came along. And when you see the yard, you'll see how great this is. You can see here, what a fantastic lot. It was super easy for us to split right in the middle. We had already filed all the paperwork and we're going down the process with the county. But at the very end, the buyer came along and said, no, I want the whole thing just as it is. And so we said, okay. And that was it. What a great trip. I am so glad we came here. Some of these properties I had never seen before. I had only seen photographs and just, you know, Google Earth shots, and that was it. So, and I'm also sad to say goodbye to my pretty red car for the day. This has been so much fun.